Hi, I'm Bill Osmolsky, and this is your MacIver News Weekend Report for the first weekend of October 2013. The U.S. federal government shut down on Tuesday, and that was also the day the Obamacare exchanges opened. MacIver News was in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward talking to Common Ground, a liberal grassroots group that became a health insurance co-op after getting a $56 million loan from the feds to foster competition on the exchanges.
It's a soft launch in that you don't have to rush today, you can shop around. We're encouraging people to shop around. This is a market, it's a free market.
The Department of Health and Human Services is sponsoring a video contest with $30,000 in prizes to get the word out about Obamacare. Now, apparently my video entry did not pick the right word to get out, but at least MacIver picked it up and you can see it here in this playlist. By the way, the federal website where the exchanges are located, healthcare.gov, was down all week. At a luncheon on Wednesday, Governor Walker told the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce that he's still committed to his goal of 250,000 new private sector jobs by the end of his first term. He says there are two encouraging signs. The state has gained over 11,000 new businesses since 2011, and the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia reported the state has the best forecast for economic growth in the country over the next 6 months.
Something is happening that is making people feel comfortable enough to get in the game, to take that risk, to hire more people. And when we do that, that's infectious. That's contagious. That kind of enthusiasm about the future is the sort of thing that really gets the ball rolling.
Now in this playlist, you'll find a story about Senator Grothman's efforts to prevent voter fraud in nursing homes. But there were other notable events at that same public hearing on Thursday. Grothman is also behind a bill that would no longer require people provide their employer's information when making political contributions, because public employee unions boycotted and bullied small businesses with employees who contributed to Republican campaigns 2 years ago.
I don't think as a state we want to have a situation in which powerful blocks of people are looking at these reports and for $150 or $250 contribution, they want to say, we want to put this business out of business. Really, as a candidate, I feel guilty asking people for money after seeing what the teachers and firemen and policemen are up to.
Mike McCabe of the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign said it was patriotic to push the mom and pops around, and that the Boston Tea Party was not a protest against oppressive government, but a protest against business.
What was the Boston Tea Party except an act of rebellion against a private company? The tea that was dumped into Boston Harbor was the property of the East Indian Trading Company. The ship that those people boarded belonged to the East Indian Trading Company. What was the Boston Tea Party but an act of protest against a private corporation? So it's a curious thing in a society with these traditions and with this heritage to be saying that we should somehow take away the public's ability to even know what companies are funneling money to politicians, so to prevent activity that, of course, is central to our political heritage in this country.
During that same meeting, the Government Accountability Board's Executive Director, Kevin Kennedy, seemed very fond of the term participatory democracy.
When you make a campaign contribution, when you sign a nomination paper, when you endorse someone, you are participating in what has been the greatest experiment in the world, which has been our participatory democracy. We do live in a participatory democracy. That's part of living in a participatory democracy.
Now, MacIver News reported on the philosophy of participatory democracy 2 years ago and discovered it was the foundation for the Occupy movement.
Participatory democracy is a system in which people vote in collective gatherings in order to decide their fate and maximize collective liberty.
That video has also been included in this playlist. Finally, the first of 4 public hearings over Common Core's educational standards was held on Thursday. Wisconsin started implementing the standards back in 2010, but put that on pause with this current state budget over growing concerns from the public. 3 more hearings will be held this month throughout the state. And that will do it for this week's Weekend Report. Be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the videos in this playlist, and after that, we hope you have a nice weekend. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmolsky.